Transformer. The transformer is a stationary device used to transform electrical power from one circuit to another without changing its frequency. So it is not a rotating device, it is a stationary device. It will transform electrical power from one circuit to another circuit without changing its frequency. Okay. So here, the applied alternating voltage can either be increased or decreased with corresponding degrees of increase of current in the circuit. That is, the applied voltage can be converted into a high voltage or a low voltage. That is, a low voltage can be converted into a high voltage, or a high voltage can be converted into a low voltage with degrees or increase of current in the what? Circuit. Now, there are two types of transformer. One is called as the step-up transformer and another one is called as the step-down transformer. Now, what is a step-up transformer? Okay. If the transformer converts an alternating current with low voltage into an alternating current with high voltage, it is called step-up transformer. If the transformer converts an alternating current with low voltage into an alternating voltage current with high voltage, that is, low voltage is converted into high voltage, that is called as what? Step-up transformer. Then what is step-down transformer? The opposite. High voltage is converted into what? Low voltage. That is called as what? Step-down transformer. Here you can see the alternating current with, not the direct current. So the transformer works only with an AC. The transformer works only with an AC current. Okay. So the alternating current with any voltage can be step up or step down. Okay. Now we can see the roadside transformer. You know how the roadside transformer looks like. Have you seen this? I hope you people have seen this. Okay. On the roadside. So this is a transformer. Okay. Now some other types of transformers. These are the different types of power transformer which are used in electrical circuits. You can see you have seen these types of transformers also. Okay. Now we have to go for the principle of the transformer. What is the principle of the transformer? Is the mutual inductance between two coils. We have learned the mutual inductance between the two coils. When an electric current is passing through one coil, changes with time, and EMF is induced in the neighboring coil. When current passes in one coil, the magnetic flux linked with the current changes. That will in turn what? Linked with the neighboring coil, that will produce us what? An EMF in the neighboring coil. So that is the principle of the transformer. Now we have to go for the construction of the transformer. There are two coils of high mutual inductance wound over the same transformer core. You have to take a same transformer core. Okay. The core is what? Same. The inner core of the transformer is same. There are two coils. Okay. The coils are laminated. That is, the core is what? Laminated in order to avoid the eddy current loss. Okay. And this core is made up of a good magnetic material called as silicon steel. So the inner core of the transformer is made up of what? Silicon steel. And the coils are electrically insulated but magnetically linked with the transformer core. Okay. They are electrically what? Insulated. Okay. In order to avoid what? Eddy current loss. Okay. So this is how in a single core, both the coils are what? Wounded over. Both the coils are what? Wounded over. Okay. Here across the coil, that is one coil, we are applying the alternating voltage. So the coil in which the alternating voltage is applied, that is called as the primary coil. So here we are applying the alternating voltage. So we call this as what? Primary coil. Across the secondary coil, the output will be drawn out. We are getting the output. Suppose we are giving a low voltage here. Suppose this is a step-up transformer. Low voltage is given in the primary circuit, we will be getting the high voltage in the secondary circuit. So low voltage is the input, high voltage is the output. Okay. The assembled core and coils are kept inside a container. So you have to keep it inside a container which is filled with suitable medium for better insulation and cooling purpose. Because why we are keeping it inside a container is lot of heat energy will be produced. And it need what? Insulation and cooling. So we are keeping inside what? A container. Okay. Now here, let epsilon P and epsilon S are the induced EMF in the primary and the secondary coil. So the EMF in the primary is what? Epsilon P. EMF in the secondary is epsilon S. Okay. Number of turns in the primary is NP and number of turns in the secondary is NS. Okay. Now the flux linked with the primary and the secondary are same. So there is no loss of flux. Whatever flux changed in the primary, it will be linked with the secondary. So the EMF induced per turn of the two coils must be the same. So the EMF will also be what? Same. Now we have to go for the working of the transformer. Now we are connecting the primary of the transformer to the alternating voltage. Okay. So when the voltage is set up in the primary coil, an alternating magnetic flux will be produced in the laminator core. There is no flux leakage between the primary coil and the secondary coil. So whatever flux is produced in the primary, it will be linked with the secondary. It will be linked with the what? Secondary. Okay. So the rate of flux changes through each turn is same for both primary and secondary coil since there is no flux leakage. Since there is no what? Flux leakage. Okay. So as a result, EMF is induced in primary and secondary coils. What is produced? EMF is induced. So the EMF induced in the primary coil is epsilon P, that is given by, according to Newton's Faraday's second law, minus NP d phi b by dt. Okay. EMF is rate of change of magnetic flux. So epsilon P is equal to minus NP into d phi by p dt. That way I am going to take it as equation number 1. Now the voltage applied across the primary is Vp. This is equal to that of the EMF. So we can write Vp is equal to minus NP d phi b by dt. So the epsilon P can be written as the voltage. It can be written as what? Voltage. Okay. But the frequency is changed. Initially itself we learned there is no change in the frequency. The frequency of the alternating magnetic flux in the core is same as that of the frequency of the applied voltage. Okay. Now the induced EMF in the secondary will also have the same frequency. Frequency is not changing throughout the working. Okay. So the induced EMF in the secondary coil can be written as epsilon S is equal to minus NS d phi by b dt. Epsilon S is equal to minus NS d phi b by dt. This I am going to take it as equation number 3. Now the primary and the secondary coil, the circuit is open. Then epsilon S is equal to what? Vs, where Vs is the voltage across the secondary coil. So Vs can be written as what? Minus Ns d phi b by dt. That is equation number 4. Now from equations 2 and 4, we can divide equation 2 and 4. What will we get? Vs by Vp is equal to d phi b by dt will be get cancelled. So you will be getting as Ns by Np, which can be written as K. Vs by Vp is equal to Ns by Np, which is written as what? K. This I am taking as equation 5. What is K? K is known as voltage transformation ratio. K is known as what? Voltage transformation ratio. Now, For an ideal transformer, there is a perfect transformer. The input power is equal to output power. What is power? Power is voltage into current. So Vp Ip is equal to Vs Is. Where Is and Ip are the currents in the secondary and the primary coil. Therefore, we can write here Vp by Vs is equal to Vp by Vs is equal to Is by Ip. So Vs by Vp is Ip by Is. So we can write Vs by Vp is equal to Ns by Np is equal to Ip by Is. Here you can see only the current is inverse. Voltage and number of turns are same. Current is opposite. So this can be written as what? K. This can also be written as what? K. Okay. That is nothing but the transformer ratio. Now, if the number of turns in the secondary coil is greater than the primary coil, then the K value is greater than 1. Then voltage in the secondary is greater than the voltage in the primary. But current in the secondary is less than the current in the primary. This is in the case of what? Step-up transformer. In the step-up transformer, the voltage in the secondary will be greater. Okay. So when the voltage is increased, current will be what? Decreased. Voltage is increased, current will be what? Decreased. If the number of turns is in the secondary is less than that of the number of turns in the primary, then the K value is less than 1. Voltage in the secondary will be less than that of the voltage in the primary. Current will be greater in the secondary than that of the primary. In this case, voltage is decreased means what? Current is increased. This is in the case of what? Step down transformer. This is how we are differentiating the step up and the step down transformer. Okay. Now here one more thing we have to learn. What is the efficiency of the transformer? What is efficiency? Efficiency is output by input. Okay. It is the ratio of useful output power to the input power. So efficiency can be written as output power by input power into 100%. Efficiency will always be represented in percentage. So we are writing it as 100%. Now for an ideal transformer, the efficiency will always be 100. The efficiency will always be 100. That is a perfect transformer. But in practice, there is no perfect transformers. All the transformers will have some energy loss. All the transformers will have what? Some energy loss. So in practical, the transformers will have efficiency between 96 to 99%, not 100%. In practical, what? All the transformers will have what? Efficiency between 96 to 99%, not what? 100%. Only the ideal transformer will have what? 100% efficiency.